Hello students, in the previous lecture we have seen the degree of kinematic indeterminacy of structures. In this lecture I am going to discuss the degree of kinematic indeterminacy for beams. Now we know that beam is a horizontal structural member which actually supports the transverse loading. Now here I have shown different beams and I am going to get the degree of kinematic indeterminacy for these beams. Now it is the first beam AB. Now we have seen the formula for degree of kinematic indeterminacy. dk is equal to 3j minus r, where j is equal to number of joints and r is the number of reaction components provided by the supports. So let us see what are the number of joints first and what are the number of reaction components. Now in the previous lecture only I have told you how to get the number of joints. For this particular topic or chapter, that is degree of kinematic indeterminacy. Now the joints exist at all points. A point where two or more members intersect or meet is to be considered as a joint. That is first. Second, the point of support is a joint and the free end is also to be considered as a joint. So here if we go for this beam, it is a support, so it is a joint. It is also a support, so it is a joint. So there are two joints over here. So the formula will tell us that 3j means 3 into 2. So 3 into 2 minus number of reaction components. The two supports are fixed supports. So 3 reaction components at support A, 3 reaction components at support B, and that is why the number of reaction components is 6. So 3 into 2 is 6, 6 minus 6 is 0. And we can say that degree of kinematic indeterminacy for this beam, that is fixed beam, is 0. Again we can calculate the degree of kinematic indeterminacy by considering the degree of freedom also. Now degree of freedom is equal to degree of kinematic indeterminacy. It is known to us, but again it is also equal to number of unknown displacement components. So if we can count the number of unknown displacement components at the joints, then this number is nothing but the degree of freedom, and which in turn is equal to degree of kinematic indeterminacy. So here see what I am doing. There are two joints, joint A and joint B. So I am going to get the number of unknown displacement components over here. Now theta A is the slope at A. Theta A we know that it is 0. Delta AX, that is displacement along x direction for this joint, is 0. Delta AY is 0. Similarly at B or at this support, theta B is 0, delta BX is 0, delta BY is 0. Means all the displacement components are known to us and which are equal to 0, and that is why there is no unknown displacement component. As such, the number of unknown displacement components is 0 because all the displacement components are known to us. So this is how we can work out the degree of freedom or degree of kinematic indeterminacy for this beam. So I can make one comment for fixed beam. Fixed beam is kinematically determinate, means all the displacement components are known to us. We have calculated these displacement components and which are working out to be 0. So it is kinematically determinate. Let us go to this beam. It is the second beam. It is cantilever beam. One end is fixed, other end is free. Now again here there can be two conditions. They may say that the beam is extensible or the beam is inextensible. If it is extensible, we are going to get dk as dk is equal to 3j minus r. So number of joints, you can see there are two number of joints. Fixed support is a joint, free end is a joint. So 3 into 2 minus 3 is equal to 3. We can calculate the degree of kinematic indeterminacy by using the concept of degree of freedom also, means the number of unknown displacement components. Now here this support is fixed and we know that the degree of freedom for fixed support is 0. So degree of freedom is 0. degree of freedom of free end is 3. We have seen it in the previous lecture. So theta A delta Ax means rotation at A is possible, translation along x axis is possible, translation along y axis is possible at this free end. So free end has 3 degrees of freedom, and that is why total degree of freedom at this support is 0, at this joint it is 3. So that is why degree of kinematic indeterminacy is 3 in this case. If it is mentioned that the beam is inextensible, means the beam is rigid and no axial deformation is possible. In such case, the formula to be used is 3j minus r minus m, where m is the number of members which are rigid. Now here m, that is number of members, we can see that there is only one member which is the beam over here. So if I use this formula, it will be 3 times j, number of joints is 2, minus r, number of reaction components is 3. So 3j minus r minus 1, it gives us 2. So when they say that it is inextensible, it simply means that delta Ax will also be 0. And if delta Ax is equal to 0, it will be known to us, means there are only 2 unknown displacement components, theta A and delta Ay, and that is why degree of this beam or degree of indeterminacy, kinematic indeterminacy for this beam is equal to 2 if it is inextensible. Let us go to the third beam. I have shown this beam which is continuous, and because the supports are more than 2 and there is some overhanging part also. Now first question, how many joints? Now this support is a joint, and it is also a joint, because free end is also to be treated as a joint. So 4 joints. If extensible, then the degree of kinematic indeterminacy is given as 3j minus r. So 3 times j, number of joints is 4, 3 into 4 minus 4, that is 8. If it is inextensible, dk is equal to 3j minus r minus m. Number of members is 1, 2, 3. So I am using it over here, and I am getting it as 5. So degree of kinematic indeterminacy for this beam, if it is extensible, is 8. So dk is equal to 8. If it is inextensible, dk is equal to 5. Now if I want to count the degree of freedom over here, support A is a hinge support. We know that hinge support has a single degree of freedom, and degree of freedom over here is theta A. It is not known. Delta X and delta Ay are 0, means these two are known to us, and the only unknown is theta A. So single degree of freedom. Now it is a roller support. Roller support has 2 degrees of freedom. Theta B and delta Bx will be those 2 degrees of freedom. So 1 plus 2, again a roller support, 2 degrees of freedom, and again at support D, 3 degrees of freedom are there. So 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, it makes 8. So this is how you can calculate the degrees of freedom also, and dk is equal to 8. When it is inextensible, it means that the axial deformation is not possible. So axial deformation for AB is 0, axial deformation for BC is 0, axial deformation for CD is 0. It means delta Bx, delta Cx, delta Dx are 0, and remaining will be the degree of kinematic indeterminacy, that is theta A, theta B, theta C, theta D, and then this is delta dy. So all are possible, and it makes 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 is the degree of kinematic indeterminacy when the beam is to be considered as inextensible. Now I have shown this beam AB, support A is hinged, support B is hinged. Now here the question of extensibility and inextensibility will not be there, because this support as well as this support, both of these supports are going to provide the restriction or constraints along x direction. So along x direction the deformation is not possible. So both the supports are the hinge supports. So theta, that is rotation, is possible over here, the rotation is possible over here, whereas delta X, delta Bx means axial deformation is not possible. Similarly, the deformation along or displacement along y direction is not possible. So all of these 4 are 0, and that is why dk is equal to 2 over here, and we can work it out by using the formula also. The number of joints are 2, so 3 into 2 is 6, and minus r, number of reaction components, 2 over here, 2 over here, 6 minus 4, that is equal to 2, and that is why dk is equal to 2 in this case. So this is how you can work out the degree of kinematic indeterminacy in case of beams. There can be some other kinds of beams also in which the internal hinge may be provided, but such types of problems I am going to discuss in the topic or in the lecture for hybrid structures. So please stay connected and do subscribe to this channel. Thanks.